Well, salam alaikum, dear and esteemed brothers. We have Luis Angel from Mexico. He says, I have a question about handling the Holy Quran. I have to be purified because you can't touch the text of the Holy Quran without having ablution, wudu. That's why you need to perform ablution in order to touch the Holy Quran, the text of the Holy Quran. And the brother says, now that he has started in Islam, people are beginning to know me as a Muslim, but they start to mock me and my religion. They make very harsh comments, like calling me a terrorist, insulting the Prophet. The truth is, it makes me really angry so much that I feel like hitting them. How should I respond to those people who mock me? If I let anger get the best of me and hit them, I'm sinning. I could be joining their group. Very well. Let's respond to our dear brother Luis. Dear brother Luis, let's see. Why do we get angry when someone calls us a terrorist? Or when someone tells us that, I don't know, we are the evil ones, we are this or that? Where does that anger come from? Where does this, we can say, feeling of negative emotion come from? When I love something and I can't defend it, then that causes me harm. In other words, when I'm not aware, when I don't have the power to defend something, I feel oppressed, humiliated. I'm going to hold a grudge. I get angry, just like you said. Oh, I want to hit them. Let's see. If a person calls you a terrorist, start hitting this and tomorrow another, tomorrow another. You have to hit everyone, right? Is that okay? And you, with that behavior that comes from, we can say, from fury, you're affirming all the comments. They call you a terrorist and you start hitting them, you start beating them up. You're already affirming what they say. You go with bad behavior, upset, furious, crazy. You start to support them, affirm them. You're affirming them, yes, it's true, I am a terrorist, I'm crazy, I'm out of my mind. Why? Because I don't know how to defend Islam, and I myself, with bad behavior, am affirming them. Maybe they want to know about Islam and they express that doubt in that way. That says you are a terrorist. They want to ask that question. Are Muslims terrorists? That is to say, many times people express their curiosity with mockery. That's true. People don't know how to express themselves. When a person is interested in Islam, but at the same time has received a lot of propaganda against Islam, what do? They mock you. When a person mocks you, it means that there is an interest in that person to know about Islam. So, how should you treat a person who is interested in Islam? Mock him? No. Insult him? No. Hit him? No, not at all. Why do you want to do this? Generally, people who have some curiosity, if that person was indifferent, would never approach you, would never insult you, would never do things to you, would never make comments. When a person is interested in Islam, is curious about Islam, many times they don't know how to express their, we can say, questions. They start to express themselves with insults. They start to express themselves with mockery. In my personal experience, generally the people who mock are the best people we can invite to Islam, but in the right way. You need to know that the person who approaches you, pushes you, that person inside has a calling from Islam. But the propaganda they have received means that there is a contradiction within them. So, in their behavior, that person has come to where the propaganda is. But inside there is a struggle. If there wasn't a struggle, they wouldn't express that poison with their tongue. If there isn't fire inside a person, they won't express it through their tongue. Many times. That's my experience in spreading Islam in Latin America and in many parts of the world. When I see someone mocking me, insulting me, I approach them and become friends with that person. And I start telling them about Islam. Many times these mockeries are the beginning of getting to know Islam. And those people, even though they are bold with their harsh words, little by little when they come to know Islam, will become brave defenders of Islam. Because with the same bravery that brought them to insult you, with that same bravery, with that same courage, they can defend Islam. So take advantage of that opportunity, dear brother. But you have a problem. You don't know how to defend Islam. How do we not know how to defend Islam? We have two flaws. Or rather, we need two things. First, knowledge. Wisdom. When you know Islam well because you are a Muslim, more than the love for Islam, which generally leads a person to embrace Islam, comes from a positive emotion, not from a lot of knowledge. So it's pure emotion that has led me to embrace Islam. That's why I can't defend what I love. You love Islam, but you can't defend it and you get angry. But when they insult me, I love it. I say, that person is fine, that person is good, I'm going to start. Look, sir, they call me Sir Bomb. When I was in Latin America, they called me Bin Laden, Mr. Bomb Zimbabwe, Alibaba. How are you, Mr. Terrorist? Allahu Akbar. That's what they called me. I would say, greetings, how are you, brother? Come on, let's see, I'm going to show you how to mess with you. Come on, let's go, I'm going to explain it to you. And the person starts to laugh, and that's going to be the beginning of a lot of friendship. But well, some people are enemies, they are Zionists. Most of the ignorant people who mock us are good people. Even though they are bold, even though they have a bad tongue, you can still invite them to Islam. But when you really know Islam, when you are well acquainted with it, then you need to know a lot. That's the first step. The second step is to learn how to spread the message. It's not enough to know a lot. It is necessary to learn the correct way. You need to have techniques the right way, effective communication, emotional intelligence, managing emotional intelligence, learning how to manage motivation, which means managing behavior. And through having these techniques, more than just having knowledge about Islam, when you put it all together, you need something else called communication tools. These applications, these platforms, when you go on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, that's where you start teaching Islam. Now that you're teaching, you already have enough motivation to learn. You have to motivate yourself first to learn more about Islam. So, start being a blogger or YouTuber teaching Islam. Learn from the Sheikh and learn from the Quran. Learn from that side, from the other side, from that book. Start teaching Islam. So you already have enough motivation to teach. Little by little, as you observe things, you'll gain more experience to address issues. So you start learning techniques for motivation, managing motivation, and handling emotions. In other words, you will become an expert in the right way in effective communication. And all of that in the media. Once you become a well-known person in the media, in real life, in your surroundings, you will have a great reputation and people will love you. People love you when you start to teach and share. But when you've locked yourself away in your cave, you've never taught Islam in the media. You're a shy person. When they mock you, you get so angry. You get so upset and you want to hit everyone. And the blame isn't on the people. The blame is ours. The blame is mine for not having taught you. The blame is yours for not having learned to spread Islam in the right way. So, that's it. The conclusion, don't worry about what they mock you for being a Muslim. Learn how to spread Islam. Instead of wanting to, let's say, fight with everyone, fight with yourself. Change for the better. Be a knowledgeable person, be a wise one about Islam. It takes a lot of effort, yes. Start spreading Islam on social media. Start learning the right way to spread Islam, and then you'll feel a sense of pleasure. You're going to feel satisfaction and fulfillment when you start to guide people towards Islam. And many people will enter Islam because of you, thanks to you. And that's the sweetest, most delightful moment in the life of someone spreading Islam. When many people enter Islam through you and embrace Islam, God bless you, brother. Don't worry. Let's get to work hard spreading Islam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.